and welcome back to the second season of Coach's Corner here at USC Aiken. I'm Morgan Lifchez, and this is Coach Glenn Cox with the volleyball team. How are you today?
Excellent. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for showing up. How's preseason going?
It is going exceptionally well. We are well ahead of where we were at this point last year.
Really?
Last year we had so many freshmen that it was the process of learning the system and all the intricacies and little things we have to do. They came in already knowing those things, and we only had a few newcomers to break in. So we look pretty good right now. I mean, we're a little banged up from preseason, which a lot of teams are. Okay. But I'm excited to see what they can do.
Well, you're ranked pretty high up on the polls right now. Can you tell me more about that?
We were ranked preseason third,
okay.
Which is, I thought we would be somewhere around there. We made the finals of the conference championship last year, so and we didn't graduate but 2 people, so
a lot of returners.
Yeah, we had plenty of returners, and most people, all it is a coach's poll. It's just to guess where you're going to finish kind of thing. So it's just a number that doesn't really mean much right now. We got to show up and take care of business, and hopefully get a little higher than third. So
definitely. Well, with having so many returners, does that make it an easier transition with the newcomers coming in?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. I mean, it's great to have a good core group of starters returning, and those freshmen. We have some extremely talented freshmen, and one who's a walk-on middle that stepped in and all of them have just jumped right into the system and are gaining confidence and fitting into the system quickly. And having people that already know the tempo of the sets that we're running, and working on timing and just kind of getting the rust off, getting the kinks worked out, and trying to get in system and work on our ball control to where we can play clean. If we play clean, we're really tough to beat. If we're making a lot of unforced errors, we can be in a battle with anybody. So.
Are there any newcomers in particular that have made a big impression on you?
All of them have.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, all of the new players have come in and done a super job. Lauren Howard has stepped into a quarterback running the offense type position as a setter, and has just stepped in and done a great job. She's actually taken time with Sheila Walsh, our senior setter, and she's just said, hey, let's work together and let's practice some of our own. So I mean, they're actually working really hard together and trying to get things worked out. Alicia Hines is one of our middle freshmen who's just come in and super athletic and is making strides every day. Jenny Law has been in school here, and we finally talked her into playing volleyball, and she's coming in and is competing immediately in the middle and wherever we place her on the court. We've got a lot of options.
Wow. Are there any obstacles that you're going to have to overcome when the first game starts?
Of course they are. Also, Julia Forster is one of our outside hitters, is a freshman that came in. I didn't want to leave all my freshmen out. Got 3 freshmen and a junior essentially. She's doing a super job on the outside as well. Obstacles is just us being able to play consistent and just play clean. The only obstacles are, this team really, I don't expect they'll be beaten. When we get beaten, if we were to lose, it'll be because we beat ourselves. And that's usually the case in our game. So, that's not beating ourselves is the obstacle. So.
How do you beat yourself?
Just by giving too much.
Okay.
Giving too many points. Making a lot of unforced errors, serving, hitting the ball out of bounds whenever you can, hit it somewhere in this large court that we're sitting on.
So this is where we practice?
Some.
Oh,
yeah.
fun.
Yeah. It's a big court. You could land a helicopter here.
Could you?
Yeah, you really could. Yeah.
We should do that sometime.
I expect that our hitters are able to find the court when they hit the ball. But there's a lot of factors. It's a true team sport. You've got to have a good pass. You've got to have a good set. Everything has to work for the hitters to be able to do their job. So.
Well, it sounds like things are going well, and we're excited to see great things come from your team this year.
Absolutely.
Once again, I'm Morgan Lifchez, and this is Coach Cox. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.